Okay, guys, so for today, we're gonna talk about the movie we just watched, If Beale Street Could Talk. Um, so, starting off the lesson, we're going to look at the handout and we are going to see what the main key points are about. So, we know that the story is about two people, mainly Fonny and Tish. So, can anyone tell me what do you guys know about Fonny and about Tish? Okay. So, we know that Fonny is a black man. He was accused of rape. Okay. Alright, now we're going to talk about Tish for a second. Oh, we forgot Fonny's 23 years old. Okay, so now, Tish is 19 years old. Okay, what else do we know about Tish? Okay, she was Fonny's girlfriend, so girlfriend of Fonny. Okay, what else do we know about Tish? Okay, she had a baby with Fonny. Good. Awesome. Okay, so we'll start off with that. And I want you guys to look at your handout. So I want you guys to go ahead and look at your charts. So it's basically all the people involved and their impact. So let's do Fonny's mom, Fonny's sister, Fonny's dad, and then Tish's mom. Let me scroll down a little bit. Tish's sister. And then let me add one more bar for Tish's dad. Okay. So I'm going to move. You guys are going to have 10 minutes to talk about this. So let's go ahead and talk about everybody's impact on this. So go ahead and talk with your group. I'm going to go ahead and be walking around. Can you guys tell me something about Tish's mom? Okay, she was very supportive. Let me write this down. What else? Okay, she was very encouraging. Awesome. Okay, now tell me two things about Tish's sister. She was very trustworthy and she had a close relationship with Tish. Awesome. Okay, so now Tish's dad. Okay, he was very shocked about the fact that she was pregnant, Tish. And he invited the Fonny's family to break the news. Okay, now let's break it down to Fonny's mom. Alrighty, so Fonny's mom, what did she have an impact in the whole story? What did you guys think of her? Alrighty, she was the opposite. She was very unsupportive. And she didn't like Tish, right? Yeah, she most certainly did not like Tish at all. Okay, now Fonny's sister. Alright, let's move on to Fonny's sister. So what did you guys think about Fonny's sister? Alright, so she was also very, very unsupportive about Tish being pregnant, right? You guys got that impression that she was also like her mom. She did not like Tish either. Yeah. But why didn't she like Tish? Yeah, because they were very attached to the mom. So, because they were attached to the mom, they had the same beliefs as their mom. They thought, because Tish had bad news for Fonnie, they probably had the same mentality as their mom. All right, awesome. So now Fonnie's dad. What did you guys think about him? Okay, right? He was very opposite from from Fonnie's mom. He was very supportive, and he was against everything Fonnie's mom believed, his wife. And yeah, okay. And what did he do that, Fonnie's mom didn't? He loved Tish a lot, right? He really liked Tish. Okay, so now that we have this information about the family, let's go ahead and move on to Fonnie's situation. So, on the bottom of your page, there is a what, who, when, where, and why section of, what happened to Fonnie, who was involved in Fonnie's situation, when it happened, where it happened, and why did it happen. So does anybody have any, suggestions of what, they thought happened to Fonnie? Okay, so Fonnie was accused, let me write this down, of raping a Puerto Rican woman, correct? And what was the name of this Puerto Rican woman, if you guys remember? Fonnie was accused of raping a Puerto Rican woman without her consent, yeah. And that's very wrong. Okay, so does anybody remember the name of the Puerto Rican woman? Right, her name was Victoria Rogers, yeah. And can you guys think of around when this took place, in the 1980s and 1970s, recently, the 2000s? Yeah, it was around the 1970s, 1980s, yeah. Alrighty, and can you guys tell, where this took place? Do you guys know, where this took place? Yeah, it was on Beale Street. Do you guys know where Beale Street is? Do you guys know where they talk about that? Yeah, in New York. Big city, big city. Who else was involved? Oh, yes, Fonnie was also involved, of course. We have to include Fonnie in there. Okay, so can you guys tell me what you guys think why this happened? So, yeah, Victoria was a Puerto Rican, scared because she got raped and accused the first black person she saw. Yeah, that's very scary, right? Okay. Alrighty, so let's go to the main part of what If Beale Street Could Talk is mainly about. So one of the biggest metaphors in this movie is the poor in America. Can anybody tell me kind of what this kind of means? What you think when I say the poor in America? So yeah, it kind of means the economy is poor in America. So we're going to go ahead and talk in depth about the movie and how it has an impact about this particular situation. So the two people involved are Fonny and Tish. Alright, so Fonny and Tish, they both lived with their parents. Yeah, so they didn't have a lot of money to move out. So they lived with their parents, right? So because of their living situation, they were planning to move out. They were planning to move out into a new apartment, right? Yeah. And while they were moving into a new apartment, Fonny and Tish, they were looking at the apartment. And who did they meet while they were at the apartment? Do you guys remember his name? Yeah, Levi. And could you guys tell what kind of nationality he was? Where did he come from, or what happened with him? Yeah, so he was kind of like a Jewish kind of thing, right? Jewish kind of person because of his hat, right? Yeah, but that's what we assume, And okay, so Levi, he's kind of coming off as really sweet, really nice to Fonny and Tish, and Fonny kind of assumes, he says, there's no reason for you to treat Negroes so nicely. So he says this. Fonny, sorry, I should correct myself. Fonny says this. Okay, so do you guys remember the reason that everybody kept on rejecting Fonny and Tish? Yeah, because, they were a different color, or because they wanted to take advantage of Tish, right? So, Levi tells them it's pretty simple. Let me scroll down a little bit. I dig people who love each other. I dig people who love each other. Black, white, green, purple, it doesn't matter to me. Just spread the love. So here you can see that Levi is a pretty lenient person, right? He accepts everybody of color. He accepts, he says it doesn't matter whether you're black, white, green, or purple, referring to, people of color or people not of color. He just wants the love to go around, and he doesn't see it any different because he is a Jew and he understands what it's like to be judged. So, after this, I'm going to ask you guys a question. So, what does Levi do? When Fonny confronts Levi about being rejected? Sorry, I messed up. Being rejected from other tenants because the color of their skin. So go ahead and take some time to talk about this with your group for about 2 or 3 minutes. I'll let you guys go ahead and talk while I'm writing this down. So I'm going to go around and ask a couple groups. So let's see here. So what do you guys think about the question that I asked? Okay, so reassures he's not in it to get close to Tish. Okay. Or because he does not like the color of their skin. Awesome. You guys are really looking into this. I really like it. So let me ask this other group. What do you guys think of the question? Okay, so he plays along to help Fonnie move the furniture. Yeah, he does help him. So what does this say about everything? You know, about why Levi helps him move the furniture. You know, because he doesn't see them as different, right? Like, he wants them to move in. So he doesn't see them any different, so he wants to help them out. Okay. Alrighty, class. So let's go ahead and turn to the back of the paper. Alrighty, guys, I'll give you a couple minutes to do that. So in your groups, I want you guys to get into groups of 4 or 3 or 4, preferably 4. And I want you guys to answer this specific question. So, in 4 sentences or more, write what you all learned from the movie, and write 2 sentences about what your partners learned from the movie. Okay, so I'm going to leave this question up here, and on the back of your paper, I left you guys some lines and a couple spaces so you guys can go ahead and write what you learned from the movie and what your classmates learned about the movie. So go ahead and get into groups, and I want you all to discuss what each one of y'all learned about not only the movie, but if it taught you anything about how America treats people of color and how people of color feel being in America, especially in New York.